G'day everyone, Dicko here with a very special discussion. So as we are all acutely aware, 2020 has completely gone down the toilet. No point getting into the details, you know what's going on. And like many professions out there, the digital artist isn't exactly considered to be an essential worker. So as an artist, you may have suddenly lost your job or have lost business as a freelancer. You're probably wondering how the hell are you meant to be able to pay for the software you need to keep creating? Well, the short answer is you don't. And what I mean by that is that there are so many viable, free, or cheaper alternatives to so-called industry standard software nowadays. That's absolutely ridiculous to think that you can't survive without the paid varieties that you're used to working with. Now you're probably thinking, hey Dicko, get fucked with your rose-tinted glasses. If you're actually saying that you can make quality work on cheaper or free software that can compete with the big boy production software, then you're a fucking idiot. Well, go ahead and call me that because I'm saying, fuck yeah. You may not get every tool in the shed, but you sure as hell can still make a masterpiece if you have a firm grip of the essentials. And in the end, practice is practice. The software is just a tool. And to prove it, the time lapse of this dinosaur that you're seeing is being made entirely in free and open source software. So let's get started. I'm going to group this list according to their recommended place in production, that being pre-production, production, and post-production. Quick caveats: there's always a level of bleed between each stage, so it's entirely possible for one software to be used in another part of production. Caveat number 2, I'll be listing the Aussie prices for this because, well, can you hear my bloody accent? Caveat number 3, prices will prioritize monthly subscriptions because that's the preferred model by those companies. If they don't offer a subscription, then the single purchase cost will be shown. And finally, prices are subject to change. These are the prices listed as of April 2020. Part 1, pre-production. So, pre-production often involves screenwriting, storyboarding, concept art, creating guide tracks, and building animatics. Here's your common list of industry standard tools for each job. For screenwriting, we have Final Draft, capping at $401.28 Australian. It's a single cost, no subscription. For storyboarding, we have Toon Boom Storyboard Pro. That's coming in at $60 a month, ongoing. For concept development, audio recording, and animatics, it's the Adobe Creative Cloud, where the entire package costs about $114.99 per month if you're not going with the 12-month lock-in contract. So already in the pre-production stage, we're topping out in the hundreds of dollars. So here's my alternative recommendations along with my personal thoughts about these particular softwares. So for screenwriting, I recommend Kit Scenaris. It is $0. At the moment, it is open source, and comparing with Final Draft, it is literally the same thing, except it's not $400. You have the same writing experience, you can catalog your characters, analyze pacing with graphs, it has a pinboard, the works. Even better, it can export your screenplay to both Final Draft formats and other standard formats. It's an absolutely brilliant and worthwhile alternative. For storyboarding, I recommend Storyboarder. It as well is $0. It is literally your only alternative option, in my opinion. I have looked everywhere for a viable alternative to Storyboarder Pro, both free and paid. Storyboarding using a traditional drawing software is just so tedious, and every other paid option alternative is a browser-based software, and it sucks balls. Even worse, they still rely on you importing images from other software. Storyboarder, on the other hand, has a great, friendly UI, is easy to use, and has some awesome features, like categorizing your scenes based on your screenplay. You can export your storyboard as a thumbnail sheet, or you can import an audio track and create an animatic video based on your boards. It's really, really cool. The bad side? Well, the UI looks like it's designed to be touched, but it's actually horrible on touchscreens. It literally doesn't even support pinch to zoom. It's prone to crashing if you scrub through your boards too fast, and finally, it doesn't use standard keyboard shortcuts. That being said, it's still cheaper than $60 a month, and it does what it says on the tin really well. Okay, for concept development, I recommend Krita. It's again $0, it's open source again, and I don't know what else to say about Krita. I love using it. It has an even better tablet drawing experience than Photoshop, and its default brushes are so good I never feel the need for more. It's an amazing piece of kit. For audio recording, I'm going to recommend Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve. It again, at least in the base version, is $0. And I will be recommending Resolve a lot in this video. It is just so incredibly versatile. Audio recording is a breeze. I'm recording with it right now. It has some amazing noise cancellation features as well. And its default editing filters are really good. And again, for animatics, I'm gonna select Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve. Again, $0 a month. Sensing a pattern? Well, that's because Resolve's editing suite is just incredible. All right, part 2, production. Here I will detail production-centric software for illustration, design, 2D animation, 3D animation, 3D texturing, 3D sculpting, and 3D rendering. Okay, again, let's list the commonly used industry standard software and their associated prices. So for illustration, obviously we got Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. And again, for design, Adobe Illustrator and InDesign. And all of those softwares are inclusive of that Adobe Creative Cloud package of $114.99 a month. For 2D animation, again, Adobe After Effects. For 3D sculpting, we got ZBrush or ZBrush. And that comes in at $63.03 Australian per month if you're going with the subscription model that they offer. For 3D animation, we have Autodesk Maya, and that's topping in at $285 a month on a no lock-in contract. Fuck. 3D texturing, we have Adobe Substance Painter at $34.50 a month, no contract. And finally, for 3D rendering, we have Redshift, one of many rendering softwares out there, and this one comes in at $790 flat, node locked, which means you can only use it on one fucking computer. And of course, here are my alternatives. Starting with illustration and design, I'm going to go with Affinity Designer. It is $79.99 on a single payment. So you may have thought that I would say something like Inkscape or GIMP as my go-to alternatives, but the truth is, I hate using them. Objectively, they are good software, but damn, they just don't feel right to use. Affinity Designer, on the other hand, does. Even better is its ability to switch seamlessly between a vector and a raster workflow. It supports the import and export of your old Photoshop and Illustrator files, and better yet, it supports the export of those formats as well, just in case you have one of those shitty clients who need your source files. Even better, it comes with a great resource library to learn from and is available across multiple platforms. Its touch support is excellent, though it's better with the iPad, which is its native format. It's an amazing kit for a single fair price for what you get. Even better, you aren't node locked, which means as long as you've got your serial code and your email on hand, you can register the software on whatever computer you own. None of this 2 active seats per license bullshit. For the second side of design, as in publishing, I'm going to go with Affinity Publisher. It again is $79.99 with a single payment. Same deal as Designer. And again, it offers a seamless transition between designing images and placing them into your document thanks to its personas function, which is really fucking cool. I'm kind of hoping that Serif are developing an After Effects competitor. Now, for 2D animation, I'm going to recommend Blender. Alright, hear me out. This is contentious, I know, but let's be honest. If you're looking for a good, cheap alternative to After Effects when creating 2D character animation, you're gonna have a very hard time finding it. Blender, however, supports both traditional and puppet animation. It runs practically in real time as opposed to After Effects' dog shit performance. It supports image import, SVG file import, real-time lights, and of course you get a natural parallax when it's in 3D. Its grease pencil toolset was recently used in an Oscar-nominated film, so shit, just give it a go. If you're looking for a decent alternative to MoGraph, however, well then I guess you're just a little bit fucked. Alright, for 3D animation. Now, if you've been following my channel for a little bit, you'll know what the answer is here. It's Blender. It is $0. No shit. No surprises there. What can I say about this software that so many people haven't already? It's pretty simple. It's good, it's powerful, it's stable, and it's free. Get on it. I'm gonna rope in sculpting here too. Yes, sculpting in Blender isn't as powerful as ZBrush, but let's face it, that hasn't stopped amazing artists from creating some crazy shit with Blender's tools. I'm gonna lump in texturing here as well, because if you have a good grasp of Blender's material node system, then you will be able to create some crazy fucking textures. Throw in Blender's recent UDIM support, and you've got yourself a winner. And finally, for the production side of things, 3D rendering, again, we're gonna go with Cycles, and that is Blender's native rendering engine. Again, pretty simple. It's good, it's powerful, it's stable, and it's free. It might be a little bit slower than your paid variety, but it's not like you're working to a deadline anytime soon, is it? Alright, part 3, post-production. Alright, post-production usually involves compositing, final audio edits, and video edits. For the sake of your financial burden, I'm going to keep this list simple, though there are plenty of paid industry standard software in this bunch. So this list is by no means exhaustive. So for audio editing, compositing, and editing, it's basically the Adobe Creative Cloud, and that being Audition, After Effects, and Premiere. And of course, if you buy the entire Adobe Creative Cloud package, that is about $114.99 a month with no lock-in contract. And finally, my alternatives for your post-production woes. For all three, basically it's Blackmagic's DaVinci Resolve. Again, at least in the base version, it's $0. DaVinci Resolve is a beast of a software. Not only is its compositing performance much better than that of After Effects, editing your timeline and then being able to jump into compositing in the same software is a dream come true. And its node-based UI is far more efficient than After Effects' archaic layering system. Though, if you are a compositing junkie and you have the cash, you could splash out on Blackmagic Fusion, the company's dedicated compositor. It's similar to Nuke, though probably not as powerful. However, it is a shitload cheaper too, at a single cost of $595. That's a big expenditure, I would admit, but it's a single purchase price, unlike a sustained bleed on your bank account. So that's my recommendations. Let's see how all this tallies up. So, theoretically, if you were to pay for everything on the paid side of my list over a 12-month period, you will have had to spend $7,881. Shit. And the alternative list, only $834, and that's including Fusion. Damn, what a difference. Now, of course, it's up to you what you want to pay for, but I just want to reiterate, don't let corporate price gouging prevent you from continuing to create amazing work. The tools are there for you to embrace using. It's just a matter of changing the way that you think about making art. So obviously there are tons more recommendations out there. Let me know what your picks are in the comments. I would love to find out what you all use. Now let me cap this video off by saying that this whole coronavirus thing has fucked everyone's lives up. People are losing jobs, their loved ones, and their sense of place in society. You may want to take your mind off the depressing situation that we are currently handling. You may have lost motivation to do things at all while stuck at home. Or you might be itching to do something new with your extra time. So, starting in 2 weeks, every Monday, I'm going to start some live teaching on Twitch, starting with the absolute basics of 3D. It might not be much, but even if it helps a single person pass the time for a bit, then it will be worth it. It will be 100% free, of course, so if you wish to follow along, I will provide some details in the coming days. Over the coming weeks, we will learn how to model some simple objects. We'll jump into texturing, lighting, and you name it. Let's see how far we can take it. Maybe we will even create something like this dinosaur in the end. So if you would like to join, I would love it if you would watch along and participate as I try to do this. So until then, catches.